Oh my God, Chris, it's been so long. Tell us what's happening in the sky, Chris, because there's a lot of things happening.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing, we had the full moon yesterday in Capricorn, and so I couldn't sleep last night. I don't know about anyone else. So that we had the Uranus-Mars conjunction a few days ago. And yeah, I think that's like pretty much the biggest stuff. Definitely that moon. Actually, I'm going to pull up the chart because I haven't actually looked at it since yesterday. So, and there we go. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. We have a lot of energy in Leo as well today.
Didn't we switch over to Leo?
Yeah, we switched over, and if I could get this bigger, I need glasses apparently, but we have the Sun, Venus, and Mercury are all in Leo right now. So a lot of good Leo energy. We still technically have that Uranus-Mars conjunction as well. They're still very close. It might not technically be a conjunction at this point. It looks to me like it might be like a degree away.
Well, we also have something coming up, Chris, that I'm going to go, oh!
Mercury retrograde, yes, of course.
But you were born on a retrograde, so I stopped doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I always have like really, I said this in a reading the other day. Every retrograde I've ever had, even though something might happen, of course, there might be like an issue or something like that that pops up. I've always had really good retrogrades for the most part.
Well, that's because you were born on one, and I think my girlfriend Regina was born on one too.
Mm-hmm.
So that really close people to me have. So I stopped doing the with retrograde. Because maybe that's a good thing. And when people look at it, Nico said, I've been having trouble sleeping for the last few days. And I would bet the full moon builds up to the full moon. So I'm sure that's what it is. And the 15th was supposed to be something, and I can't figure it out, but it was some kind of conjunction. And I don't know what it was.
I think that was the Mars Uranus. It was on one side and then it went to the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this month is supposed to be full of all kinds of surprises. Just the Leo coming out is, I don't know. The Leo helps, I think, because the sun, the Leo is the sun. And
yeah.
It supposedly helps everything shine a light on what's going on.
Yeah. And also we have Mars going retrograde in Leo at the end of the year, which, I think it's super interesting that we have all this Leo energy right now, like with the Mars-Uranus conjunction. We go then at the end of the year, Mars goes into Leo and retrogrades, and, it'll be in there, but then it will retrograde. So, there will be more stuff that comes up at the end of the year.
So tell me, what do you feel that means? What does Leo retrograde or Leo with this Mars mean?
I sometimes look at Leo as like our life force, our vitality. So I don't really like Mars retrograde in Leo because it sucks away our vitality. And I've been telling everyone to like get extra rest now, collect all your energy now. If you're thinking about starting something, start it like now, right now. And, that way you'll have the energy to push through, the end of the year into the beginning of next year. I think that there could be like a lull in the energy once we get to the end of the year.
What do you think is going to happen with Uranus? And we're going to get to the cards. What do you think is happening with Uranus? And why is everybody like, oh, Neptune and Uranus? And I just know I had a Uranus moment, but what does Uranus mean to the different signs?
Yeah, so right now it's in Taurus, and to me, Uranus in Taurus really has this push for freedom. And Uranus in Taurus is actually really good for technology. We had AI come out during Uranus in Taurus. Everybody always thinks of Aquarius for technology, but actually Uranus in Taurus is all about new tech, new technology, things like that coming out. But everything is like a push for freedom with Uranus and Taurus. So I think, if you notice, a lot of people are like wanting more freedom.
I love that. And we could use it, believe me.
Yeah.
I remember, and this is probably something you all don't, and this is close your ears if it's TMI, but when I was in 9th grade, and the only reason I remember it is everybody was burning their bras on campus. And I knew exactly what it was. There was freedom coming out there. But I just want to tell you, I pulled a card, and then we'll get into the cards. But I pulled a card for today, and I thought to myself, I don't love reading this card, but this says release all anger, and it's the snapdragon. But if you look at what it says, is exactly what this Uranus and Mars. It says, don't give power to negative words by saying them. Speak from your higher self and make your communications peaceful and loving. So I love this card because I think it reminds all of us, when people have challenging times, and you might not have challenging times,
Mm-hmm.
right? But just remember, and you've been the one that always says it, Chris, that you manifest what your thoughts are and what you think. And it's better to come up with positive words and positive thinking, even if there's challenging times. And I think we're in that right now. I do. So for everybody, keep it positive because we all can look at the negative and the darker side of any situation. But when you look on the light side, the brightness comes in.
So true. Totally agree.
We'll start with the signs.
We'll start with Aries. What are we reading about?
We are reading about, what do you want to read about? You want to read about the retrograde?
The retrograde. Let's do the retrograde.
Because I put a lot of people are going to want to know. Wow.
Yeah, of course. Aries, you have the Page of Cups. Really, it could be it is a good time for you, Aries, for love, if that's what you're looking for. There is a lot of energy in Aries as well. Chiron, North Node. Neptune is almost in Aries, even though it's not technically going to enter into Aries until 2026, but it's at 29.49 degrees, it looks like. So it's right on the cusp, basically, of entering in. So, but it is retrograding, and it's going to be in Pisces for a little while longer, but Pisces energy right here, that's why I'm talking about it. But could be new love. Also, I think it's a great time for you to look at your dreams, especially with the full moon as well, Aries. We had 2 in a row in Capricorn, and so I would look back to last month, any dreams that you wanted to work on.
Well, just before I tell you what I've got for Aries. For everybody who's writing questions in, please put them in the little question box.
Yeah.
Because this rolls through so fast, and sometimes I don't see it. When we stop reading the cards, we are going to go right into it. So if you're going to want to keep it on chat, just keep putting your question. If not, put it in the little question box, please. And we are going to get to you. So Aries, I have patience. I love this flower too. It's a begonia. And it says, your prayers have been heard and they are being answered. That means just wait a little longer. They're going to come to you. Things are going to start. Just be patient.
Taurus, I feel like you should accept the next offer, whatever you're waiting for, like job, business, love, even whatever. I feel like you've been disappointed a bunch of times in the past, but I feel like there's like a good offer actually coming in for you. Could be coming in during the retrograde as well.
I love that. I've got laughter. So, keep yourself up, keep yourself happy. There's something coming in for you. Chris just told you. And you are going to be just thrilled.
Gemini, I think same thing for you, basically. I mean, you're right next to Taurus anyway, but I feel like you need to turn around and see your blessings. So, we were just talking about looking on the bright side, right? And 5 of Cups to me says you have to look on the bright side. You have to turn around, see these 2 cups, so you get the bridge in the castle over here. But I feel like you could be thinking about, Mercury retrograde, could be thinking about something from the past, but I think you should change your focus to something new.
I love it, and it says simplify your life, and I love that. You've had so much going on that you're spread too thin. This has to change so that your vitality can recharge. And what did we just talk about?
Recharging. You
need to recharge, everybody, before you actually hit the retrograde and possibly some of that steam.
Cancer, you have the 2 of Pentacles. I think you have to make a decision that you've been thinking about making. So 2 of Pentacles, like this or that. A lot of people read it as like spinning plates or, juggling, doing too much. But I think I just see this as, like a ping pong match in your head that's going back and forth. And I feel like you have to make a choice. I would just say pick the new thing. 2 of Pentacles, to me, the cheat with the 2 of Pentacles is always pick the new thing.
I love that because I always love new things. And this is family harmony. So maybe you're going to pick that. Maybe there's things that are happening in your family that you really, really are thinking, well, do I want to go? Do I not want to go? Do I want to get involved? Do I have too much drama? It says family harmony. Your loved ones form a stronger pillar of support. Embrace their love and put past issues behind you. And so this is the past. Like Chris said, take the future, take the new one, and start with family harmony.
Leo, every single one of your readings recently has been saying that what you're doing is too hard. I feel Leo needs to simplify. I think there are easier ways, and that's what you're discovering. It's like your old Leo is undergoing through a big transformation. I would say Leo is one of the signs that's probably changing the most right now. And so I think you're meant to do something in your life that, I'm not saying it's like easier, but I think you need to take your skills to the next level, especially in work or business, and probably, also don't make it so hard with the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands making things too hard.
I love that. I so want to, this is like getting off subject, but I want to take your tarot course. But it's happening for me. It probably won't be until October, but I'm going to see if we can get a group here and all take the tarot together, because even though I've been reading for a long time, you always want to see how someone else reads and interprets the cards. It helps everybody.
For sure.
Not to expert. And I pulled for you, open your arms to receiving. You prayed for help. Now be open to accepting it. And Leo, you're stubborn. You're not sure, but you are stubborn. And so open your arms to receiving. If you want something, like Chris was saying, let's open up and be able to receive it.
Virgo, Four Swords makes sense. Mercury will be going retrograde in your sign. So I would take this time to rest, relax, recover, pray for blessings, right? He's praying for these blessings right here. And I feel that's exactly what I would do. You recharge those batteries. I think you'll have but overall, I think this is a really good card to get for Mercury retrograde. So love it.
I love that too, because every time I hear Virgo, I want to hold my breath. And so this is time to decide. And I love that, because the card you pulled, he's laying there, and I really think contemplating. And it says, make a decision now so that you can move forward.
Yep. Libra, you have the moon. I actually also really like the moon for Mercury retrograde, especially if you're doing deep research, really looking into things, really learning about the occult. Mercury retrograde is a great time to also, work on your intuition, things like that. So I think any of that stuff that you want to do would be really good for you, Libra. And, the moon says, it's a period of darkness. You're not sure what you're doing, but eventually you will reach your goal.
Well, I love that. Libra, let your beauty shine. Let your inner beauty shine, because this is the pink rose. But think about it. What's Libra run by? Venus, which is...
Yes, yeah.
So let it shine. You are a brilliant example of God's love, or the universe's love. Everything about you is perfect. So let your inner beauty shine and inspire others.
Scorpio, you have the Two of Cups. Love could be love for you too. Although, like, all my August readings where there was like zero love that came up in those, and not that you can't find love, but it could be love. Really, Two of Cups is a connection between you and your higher self. It's communicating with your higher self. So just like Libra, I think communicating with your higher self at this time would be a good idea. Paying attention to signs, symbols, synchronicities, things like that, and that's what you could be doing.
I love that, especially for Scorpio. That's a great card, especially right now for Scorpio. And then I have no idea. So you had two people with a cup in between. You could find love, just like what you were saying, or what you love to do. And the new idea is what maybe is promoting that. And it says, your new idea is divinely guided and is meant to be shared with others. Continue to work on it, and you are on the right path. You will be on the right path. So for me, new ideas with the card you pulled is going to be a great new future.
Sagittarius, you have the Ace of Cups. So love, I feel like Sagittarius is releasing something from the past, probably like work-wise. I think all fire signs need to more connect to their heart right now for work. And the Ace of Cups could absolutely be love as well, but it could also just be your energy and what you do. I feel like Sagittariuses have been doing a bunch of different things, and now it's time to like pick one thing to focus on work-wise. And that's what I would do with the Ace of Cups.
I love that, because then I got cleanse your energy. So, and I've known some Sagittarius that really do need to cleanse their energy. Okay. And it says, I'm Sag rising, so I don't say it lightly. It says, when you release negativity, the answer to your question shines through. And, I always say, and I'd like your take on it, but, when I look at Sagittarius, you have the half horse or whatever, donkey, I don't even know what it is, but half minotaur, which is what, or a donkey. And the other half is human, and, you're shooting up to the stars. At least we think it's human. But, so the one part always reminds me of them being very stubborn. They're earth, and the other one, their heads in the air. So it means they have really great thoughts. They're looking for love. They're always looking for that next adventure. So definitely, when I look at this card, it says cleanse your energy. Sagittarius right now really need to do that. So.
Yep. Capricorn, you have the Six of Cups. Capricorn, I think, even starting last year is opening up to the idea of love. So a lot of you could be finding something more playful, childlike. I also feel like this is saying another thing, which is that you should be approaching things more playful and childlike, especially during the retrograde. So instead of like taking it too seriously and being too serious, just looking at things as an experience that might make you happy or could potentially bring fulfillment, love, and otherwise. And that's what I would do here. Be more playful.
I love it. And your wishes are coming true, which is funny because we're all about Capricorn right now. For everybody of Capricorn, your wishes are coming true. I don't need to explain that to you.
You have the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is my card I call Indiana Jones. So I look at this as a card of like needing to move towards competition or something that could be a challenge because you're going to get a reward. So most people read this as conflict or competition, but they're using sticks to fight. They're not using swords. And, I think Capricorn's conflict is the fact that you're having you just had your second full moon in your sign. And it's kind of like asking you to revisit something that you've thought about doing, just kind of like I said to Pisces, actually, but definitely true for you, Capricorn. And so if you're revisiting something where there is conflict or competition, you might win, if you go through the process.
You know what's crazy? He looks like Indiana Jones. I'm looking at
Wow. Maybe that's him.
Yeah. And so that's really cool. I'm going to call you Himalaya. Okay. You resonate. I love the Capricorn sign. You're going to try and try and try.
Mm-hmm.
I always say it's a sea goat. So, people always, do you know that, Chris? It's a sea
I
goat?
do. Yes.
Yeah. So the goat is the one trying to get to your goals and getting up there and making it work, and you're going to take every sideline you can because they can't climb the mountain straight forward. And then the sea, or the tail, is your sea. You're very emotional. I love the emotion of the ocean, honey. So you've got your feet on the ground, you're walking, for that goal, and you're very emotional. And the only thing I suggest is, especially right now, is just keep your emotions in check.
Yeah. Aquarius, you have the Six of Wands. Yeah, I mean, you're shining bright now, Aquarius. Pluto, is dipping out of your sign. It's at like 0.53 degrees right now. And so it's retrograding out. It's on the cusp. And I feel, at the end of the year, in November, when it officially moves into your sign, a lot of attention. I keep preaching to Aquarius to get as much attention as you possibly can. So I would try to stand out.
I love it. And it says trust.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Trust that you're going to stand out. Trust that what you are putting out there is going to work. Trust in yourself that you are bringing the best to the plate. And it says, you can trust the people around you. They are earth angels sent to give you the guidance you seek. And there's the first earth angel, which is Chris. You what to do. And you are an earth angel, Chris.
Thank you. Earth devil, right? But
now, you know me, I don't work on that side, so
that's right. Pisces, you have the Eight of Pentacles. So Pisces, I think something that you think hasn't been working out is going to work out for you, which makes sense with the full moon we just had in Capricorn. Eight of Pentacles is like having done work, and you're hoping. I look at it as material success on the horizon. So I think you've been hoping that something that you put work into is gonna work, and I feel like it is. But maybe you have to make some changes. Like right now, you have 2 weeks or so to really make the changes that you want to make, and I feel it'll be worth it.
I love that. And you're a Pisces.
Yes.
So I know. Do I remind everybody of that all the time?
I don't know. I do the same thing. So.
And this has become through you, which you have always been, Chris. Except I want to say something to you. But it says, show the world who you really are and what you were born to do. Now, if that isn't a card for you, that's exactly what you're doing. You are showing the world for years what you are and what you were born to do. And you get better and bigger and fabulous and more creative and more visionary. What's going on with Pisces? Money and success? Well, you look at the Pisces we have and look how money and successful he is.
Pisces, yeah, I think that 2 cups, of course, could be love, but again, this is you and your higher self. So for Pisces, I think it's an amazing time for Pisces and money, especially in embracing any ideas that you are feeling guided towards. I would also say for Pisces, I think the biggest thing for Pisces is that Pisces has to be an example right now, and so there's nothing to compare yourself to or like what you want to do to. So you are the example. And, I keep saying this to Pisces, because I think if Pisces realize that they just have to like go out and do what they're thinking, and it will work. And if you're comparing yourself already to people and you're saying, oh, it won't do as well because these other people have tried it or whatever, I'm like, yeah, but no one is like Pisces. So I think that's what you need to realize. Like, Pisces is their own best friend, right? So I think you need to get moving here and tap in.
And I thought I was your best
You
friend.
are. Of course you are.
I just had to throw that in. But Pisces, and I love to, because you know the zodiac much better than I do. But I love Pisces. They're the old man of the sea. They're the old man of the zodiac. They're wise behind their years. They're wise behind their eyes. And you are destined to succeed. And I always say, and I don't know how you feel about this, Chris, but I once heard a lecture that we come back as the next sign. We go all the way around the zodiacs and we start again. So actually, all the Pisces out there, this is your time. You've already gone around the zodiac, and you've already learned. It's like the Fool to the World card. And the next card you're going to have whenever you do come back in your next life, should you believe that, because I do, is you're going to be starting as that baby or that Aries. So enjoy what you know, wise behind your ears. Use everything, all the tools that you have learned through the 12 zodiacs or the 11 zodiacs. And you can succeed in whatever you want. And a lot of people listen to you because, like I said, man of the zodiac. So how do you feel about that statement, Chris?
Yeah, I think it's very, very true. And so I'm not coming back, but definitely I think Pisces is, and that's the other problem too, right? Is like a lot of Pisces are big.
You might be coming back on a different planet. You just don't know.
Yeah, right. I'll go to another planet. The vacation planet is where I'm headed next. And but Pisces, yeah, you're comparing like your current situation to all the things that you had to learn from your past lives. So it's like, I think Pisces does make their life harder than it needs to be, because the feelings they have are probably from past lives. So when they go to start something, they're basing it off of something that they've already been through. So it's like, you already know all the answers. You're just just the fear coming up.
I can't wait till I hit Pisces. I'm all the way in the back of this. I'm already a Cancer. I got to go through it all again. But I will tell you that Pisces have a special place, because I know that they're the old men of the sea, or the old men of the zodiac, or the old women of the zodiac. And back then it was men. So I love that. And for every Pisces out there, just know that you've got the knowledge behind your eyes. Use it. Okay. Does my moon sign need to be watched? What is the importance?
Yeah, so I tell everybody to watch their sun, and if your moon resonates, then feel free to watch it.
I think, Chris, I only watch my sun.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But then my son's son, which is my son, is a Sagittarius. So really, by default, I watch, a Sagittarius. I never would but I usually watch Scorpio for my daughter and Sagittarius for my son. But I'm really big on sun signs, and a lot of people say, oh, you should be looking at your rising sign, but that's just not how I read. So I'm glad that you said, and really you can, and Chris, I'm sure you're going to agree, especially for your channel, you can watch all three signs. You can watch any, but I really I really like the sun sign, readings. Yeah. We'll be here next week. I wish you a whole lot of luck, and I wish you love.
Thank you everybody for being here. Really appreciate it.